Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Mornings with Sue. It's 9 a.m., and I must say it's the fifth week I'm doing this. So I'm doing it weekday, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m., and I'm actually super, 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 super enjoying it. It's, of course, anybody who has never been on video or on a live video knows how crazy hard it at first is to actually make this step. But I would encourage anyone, especially with your dog walking business, to go live, to make videos. I mean, it's the hot thing right now, and it will be in the upcoming years. Pictures really don't do that much anymore. It's really the video, and people want to see you. So I'm just encouraging everyone to do it. It's so much fun, and you can spread all the knowledge and all your business. So today I want to talk about how to be the best pet advocate, the best animal advocate in your dog walking business. And that's really important, of course, if you start your own dog walking business or pet sitting business, any kind of pet related business. I would hope that you have a strong sense of moral character for animals. So you want their best well-being. If something is wrong, you would point it out. If some animal gets abused, you say something. So this is really really assuming that you are really caring for animals, that you actually care for animals if you are starting any kind of pet related business. So with that, I want to get in how to be the best pet advocate, the best advocate for animals in your business, because sometimes it can be a little bit frustrating if you see something is not right and then you try to communicate it to your clients and it doesn't really is not really perceived well. So first of all, I want to get in to have your moral stance, like really think about what are your morals around this issue. So are you, for example, with pet training, with dog training, are you into that the trainer can use any sort of force? We had it just before. We have it in our area where there's a dog trainer. He's highly regarded, and I completely disagree with him because I have seen some of the dogs that he has trained, and they do have residual effects because of his training. Especially, they were puppies. They were puppies. Hi, the doggy services. Good morning. They were with the owner since they were puppies, and they have already behavioral issues because of their dog trainer. And so we're always trying to speak out against certain ways, certain dog training. Hi. Just real quick, I want to get you up to speed. I'm talking about how to be the best advocate for pets in your business. And I'm talking about the moral stance right now, that we have a strong moral character when it surrounds really our animals, because also we're leaders in our area for pets. I mean, whenever you have a business and you're doing really well, whenever you have clients, they come to you with questions. They come to you with any sort of issues, usually more than to their vets, because they see you more often, they have more contact with you, and you can be that person that actually speaks out about animal issues, about certain things. Like I was bringing up a dog trainer in our area, which I 100% do not agree with, because he uses force to train animals, and I do not agree with that. There are always ways, way better ways. It's just like with children, you don't want to slap them around, you don't want to hit them in order to get to a certain behavior. And I 100% believe it's with dogs the same. And I have a very, very, very hard stance on that. And I always speak out if I see something that doesn't agree with my moral stance. So first step, of course, is to really know what your moral stance is on that, especially when you first get into dog walking and you might not even have that much experience with dogs and you don't even know really what's out there. Really know, how do you want to be treated? It's really, pets are no different than us. They're all little souls. We have souls, and they don't want to be treated any other than us. And unless you want to be beaten or yelled at, then well, that's kind of your issue, but I still don't want that for pets. So, and to be the best advocate is, of course, also to get more knowledge, to get as much knowledge as possible surrounding pets, because it's just really inevitable that you will be, as I said, you will be the one that gets all the questions about, okay, what's the best food? What's the best toy? I mean, the doggy services is perfect for that. He researches all of this with toys and everything, and that's really, really important to get all the information to make it safe. Like there are certain toys, for example, like let's say some are made in China, they have certain plastic in it. They might be a really they might be really popular, but that doesn't make them safe, right? Or what are those called? Those little like big doggy bones. I forgot now what they're called, but a lot of dogs are swallowing them actually in whole and are having issues with that. So you should definitely keep your ear out on what's good, what's not good. And of course, if you don't know something, then really say, I don't know. That's way better than making a bad recommendation. So it's definitely also good to just know your boundaries. Of course, we dog walkers, pet sitters, we don't have to know everything. We are no vets, we are no dog trainers, but to have the best knowledge kind of ready and to have kind of like the best dog trainers you believe in your areas on hand to recommend them, or the best vets that you believe in, that's definitely really, really good. Of course, with that, you can also partner up with vets and with dog trainers, which is really good, because then you can just, if you have a really good relationship and you kind of refer business to each other out, then it's also great, like to ask, like, hey, Jim, you know, the dog trainer or whatever, what's a good way to handle this dog or whatever, you know, so you can really just like gain a little bit more knowledge as you have this relationship with the vet or the dog trainer. And also, what's really, really important, if you know something, if you know that another person is doing something wrong or is just not informed right, what I get a lot here with there's a particular pet sitter. She's very knowledgeable, but she's also very rough the way she hands out her knowledge. So if she doesn't agree with something that the client is doing, she can be very, very cold and just basically make the client feel stupid. And that's not the right way to go. I mean, we're all humans. There have been points where we did something wrong, somebody pointed it out to us, and we thought about it and we corrected it, right? I mean, I have been a person years ago, I have corrected it now, but whenever there was critique, I didn't really take it well. I was just like defending myself. And then I actually always thought about later on what that person said, and I would apologize if I was wrong. But just in that moment, I would not take that critique. Now I'm way more open. I'm way more self-secure. That's really like insecurity if you can take critique. But it's also the way the critique is handed to you, especially if it's from a loved one or a person you're really close to. So be really thoughtful in the way when you see something wrong, try to level up with that person, find a common denominator and see what they're actually doing right, and then just suggest what they can do better. So of course, if it's strict animal abuse, then you have to really kind of like step in and try to really tell them, you know, like I've seen a dog parent really yank their dog because they wouldn't want to do they wouldn't want to sit where they want him to sit, and I told them, well, I might have been a little bit too harsh, and I'm working on that too. But I basically told him that it's, you know, animal abuse what he's doing. You know, of course, he was completely offensive. So I learned from that to really maybe talk to them a little bit differently and not spit out animal abuse right away, even though it kind of is animal abuse. But tell them like, hey, this dog doesn't understand what you're doing. Even if the dog just did something wrong, he might not even connect it to whatever you're punishing the dog for right now. The dog is just going to be in fear that, like, if the dog cannot predict what you're doing the next minutes, the next hours, he will always kind of like live in fear, even if you don't see that. But if you just punish him for just nothing at all and just for no reason, which is in dog's mind the case, even if you punish him, if he literally peed or pooed in the house when you come home, he doesn't know what you're punishing him for, even if you point to it. I mean, he might know, who knows, you know, but I believe I rather assume that he doesn't know, and you're literally just punishing him. So imagine you're living with someone, they come home and all of a sudden they just slap you across the face without saying anything because the dog doesn't understand you. So try to be like that's really a way to explain it to people, to kind of relate to people the way they understand it. And just like I was, a lot of people are getting offensive in the first minute. So just let them be. They might think about it and offer them, hey, if you have any more questions, just let me know. I'm with so and so, or I'm Sue. You can reach me at. If you have any questions, I'm always here for you. I know you love your pet, and I know you want to do the right thing. So it's really coming from assuming that they actually want to do the right thing, and not that they're animal abusers or so, but that they want to do the right thing, and you offer them help that you want to guide them. So that's very, very important when we have actually knowledge, to spread it really kindly and to spread it the right way and really relate to people, because there were a lot of times in our lives where we were just completely unaware of certain things, and it was actually really nice if somebody has sat down with you and really explained it to you nicely and treated you as a human being who gets the benefit of doubt that they actually want to do the right thing. So that's really, really important about being an advocate for animals in your business and also in your life, to really relate to people, because generally really people want to do well and they want to be nice. They have their pets because they love them most of the time. And so given the benefit of doubt. And also, of course, once you have that knowledge, you want to spread it. So hold your ears out, which also goes into marketing. You want to spread the knowledge because, so let's say if there's some kind of spay or neuter dates, a lot of towns have those spay neuter dates that are for free. So people can bring their pets there, or they have any sort of kind of like pet first aid classes or so that you can share, or that you can even hold. You can even become proficient in holding pet first aid classes, and then hold them and charge for that, or not charge for that, and just market your business this way. So there are ways to spread the knowledge also through blog posts, through Facebook posts, through Instagram posts. So it's not just all about the cute pictures, but also about spreading the knowledge about maybe there's like a dog food recall, a cat food recall, or animal dog toy recall. So there are many, many ways to actually be an advocate in your area for animals. And so that's really it. The main thing is, of course, to get the right knowledge, to know what you know, and if you don't know, either get the information or tell the client that you don't know and they should reach out to so and so, or get the information from somebody else. But I do believe we do have a certain responsibility having a dog walking business or dog boarding business or any kind of pet service business. We have that responsibility to be advocates for animals. If you really only get from money into this business, it's not the right business for you. It's not fair for pets. It's not fair for dogs, cats. And to be kind to other people, even if they're doing wrong, because that's usually how you turn them around. You don't turn them around with threats or with calling them names. That's really 99% of the time it's not happening. So make sure you are being kind to people, because if you just say, okay, you did something wrong, or just call them names, or just cut off the contact, there's always a reason why people are doing certain ways, and people are really most of the time willing to learn if the person is speaking in a certain way, like respectfully towards them. So I hope that helped. Be always the advocate, and don't be shy to say something if you see something, as they say here in America. It's the right thing to do. And if we have only one thing in life, it's really that we can do the right thing for others, for pets, for humans, for this world. So just be on the right side. Don't do things that are bringing you maybe short-term gains, but look for the long-term gains, that the animals are taken care of, that the knowledge is spread, and it will bring you way more wealth than you could ever imagine. So do the right thing and keep dreaming big, thinking big. As I said the last time, thinking big or small, there's really no difference, but the outcome is different. So keep thinking big, and you will succeed. And I will see you tomorrow, and have a wonderful day. Take care, guys.